You got a way to keep the time?
Who?
You got a way to keep the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
A watch.
I ain't got my watch. We on.
We're live.
We're live. Man, intro to the Situation Room. For all of you cool girls and gals out there that want to get into the music industries.
Thank you, all two of you who tapped into the lives. We appreciate you tapping into the lives.
Right.
But my man Los over here
Yeah.
had this like beautiful idea of getting into my head and letting you all see what exists inside of this nutty ass head of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And we came up with the Situation Room. So we're in a Situation Room right now, man. We're in the Situation Room.
Shit's going on.
Shit's going on. There's a lot of shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the Situation Room right now. And Los introduced the show. Like, what we gonna be doing?
Situation Room, man. We just gonna be basically just chiming in and giving insider analysis. You know what I mean? Like, when you watch certain sports shows, they give you like topical analysis. It's like if you watch the sports on like your local news, they probably just say, "We hope the Steelers win," but then you go to like the real guys. You know what I mean?
Like ESPN?
Yeah.
And they be getting deep with it. But we ain't gonna be able to show the plays.
Nah, we might not be able to do that, but we could tell you, like, you know how you look at a certain corner, you get burnt, and as a spectator, you say, "Oh, he's trash." But if you was to ask like Deion Sanders, you'd be like, "Nah, they put him in a bad position." That's what we gonna be doing.
Okay. We're gonna be getting deep with it.
Yeah.
We're gonna be getting deep with it, prime time with it. So so we'll be going live, but we'll also be putting the videos up as well. And again, this is just giving insight into a lot of the stuff that we got going down here. For me, I guess the reality of the situation is I get a lot of people who ask what I do, and it gets to be too much to try to answer because I don't even know what I do. I just do it. I get calls and emails, and I just get to work. So we're going to get into some of that as well, and we're going to be talking about like some stuff that's going on, right? Yeah, and get into like some of the stuff that I be dealing with. Just like today, I had to, go holler at my son. You know what I mean? And we had to use the analogy of Putin and Biden. Yeah. I had to impose sanctions on him because he decided that he wanted to get too close to the Ukrainian border. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which is my cutoff when it comes down to academics. Right. We do not drop below these grades under no circumstances. We do not drop below these grades. Yeah. And he's invading the border. He's invading the border. So I had to tell him, I'm President Byron. I'm President Byron. And I'm imposing sanctions. But unlike President Biden, President Byron isn't afraid to strike first. Right. So one more step, a step closer. Yeah. You know what I mean? My next sanctions are strikes. Air strikes. And they're coming heavy. Coming heavy with the airstrikes. I do believe in corporal punishment. Call CYF, let them come check me. No, I'm just playing. Let me stop that.
These kids will call you bluff.
Yeah, they darn sure will. My kids are light skinned too, so they bruise easy. It'd be over for me. So we're gonna definitely get into just a little bit of that, and then also what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you all the opportunity to like submit questions, and give us like some topics that y'all want to see us cover. We're gonna get into this every Wednesday. Yeah. 7 to 8? 7 to 8 or 7:21 to 8?
7-ish.
7-ish. So shout out Folkland Los. Shout out to the grandma favorite fan of all times, coming up with new names. Yeah. Boom. Pre and Folkland Los. So yeah. We're going to be rocking out in that capacity as well. Just getting into it. Talk to them about your new project, man. We at least do that. We did a little bit on the OMG. Right. You know what I mean? On my grind. But, I think every time you have an opportunity to speak on the dopeness, you speak on the dopeness.
Super dope album. Produced by some super dope producers. It's called Los the Ghost. It took me about a year to make it. You know what I mean? And just encompasses kind of just my life during that time, and it's heavy on the lyricism side. You know what I mean? It's heavy on the vibrato. What is it? Bravado.
I don't be knowing the words you be saying. I'm just gonna keep it 100. This dude's vocabulary is like script spelling bee shit. So if you're gonna be watching and paying attention, I guarantee you're gonna be Googling some of the words he say.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he was trying to say. It's on the what?
I'm not going to butcher that word. I can't think of it right now. I'm kind of tired. But yeah, man, it's braggadocious raps, but it's also like a bit of a story too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The narrative is just kind of chronicling, you know, my alter ego, Los the Ghost.
The Ghost.
You know what I mean?
The Ghost. And get into how he became the Ghost.
Right.
I used to be afraid of the Ghost.
Yeah.
Then I became one. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know the rest of the beat. That's the only part I remember is the doodle. Yeah. But yeah, that's a dope project, man. You definitely did your thing on it, man. So if anybody that want to check that out, you can go on your favorite streaming platform, stream Los the Ghost, check it out, man. He's doing numbers. Nice little fan base already checking in. So we just going, you know, stay on that pressure, stay on that gas we got going. I guess I'll share some other stuff that's coming up with the camp, man. This Friday, OT Cali. What do Cali say? I got the vocals. The vocals is in. The vocals is in. Well, I got the email.
Right.
I got the email. Right. Community service is in.
Right.
Community service is in. OT Cali, Hemi, community service. That project is in.
Is it a whole project?
It's a whole project. It's a whole project. So OT, you know, he did a record with Hemi in the past called Collision, and the chemistry was just dope. And they decided to, you know, work on a project together. They linked up with Stevie B. Stevie B produced the records, executive produced the project, did the mix, the whole nine. But it was a collaboration, you know what I'm saying? So they went to the studio, worked out, came up with the concepts, came up with some pretty dope music. And yeah, if you're in town this Friday, tomorrow is Thursday, right? Yeah. The day after tomorrow and the day before Saturday, this Friday is going down at Insomnia nightclub over in Brookline. I would give you the address, but I don't remember it. But if you can't even Google it now. I'm going to put the flyer up on my page. How about that? And all you have to do is just read what's on the flyer. How about that? And then bring your bum over to Insomnia and check out the official release party for OT Cali and Hemi Loyalty Life Records, the community service project. We got my man Graffiti Rue performing. That's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? They got who else they put on there? Asco? Huh? Asco is definitely coming through and to perform. So they brought out some heavyweights in the game. Stevie B gonna be DJing, so you know how nice he is on the. Not only is he super nice on the productions, but he's also nice on the controlling the vibes. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a nice little situation, man. We're gonna have the whole Loyalty Life family in the building. Los the Ghost, you coming? Yeah. Man. Oh, Los the Ghost is gonna be in the building. And I guess I'll be around somewhere, you know, making sure everything is good. But yeah, so again, that's this Friday. What's that, January? No, we're in February. February 25th. I be effing up dates a lot too, so you know, my brain is broke. So you know, everybody that knows me knows that I have a broken brain, and they just be there to like fix the different parts of the brain that goes broke, such as memory and functionality and words. So this is going to be really interesting, bro. I'm really glad that you came up with this one, man. They're going to really, oh boy. Y'all in for a roller coaster ride. And I'm super bipolar, and I'm super neurotic, and I'm super asshole-ish. And yeah, y'all get a chance to see it all, man. Y'all going to have a chance to see it all. Yeah.
A lot of these conversations, when I think back to just us being on the road and us just arguing for like an hour.
We don't argue.
Well, just going back and forth for like an hour about whatever particular topic it is on that time. What was the last one about? I was having antiquated thoughts about
one of them words. One of them words. Somebody put in the comment section what the definition of antiquated thoughts are. Go ahead.
I had antiquated thoughts about just how the industry is shifting toward what you would consider to be adult content and or their attitude, you know, corporation's attitude against that. That was a nice little band.
Can we put that in layman's terms?
Like,
so we put it in layman's terms. So we were talking about how society has become more acceptable of pornography, all right, and in the relation to music, and whether or not you could do a pornographic music production and it be somewhat acceptable. And we were talking about institutions in which, you know, that a lot of people and a lot of businesses understand the visual power of pornography, right? So they advertise on the sites and all of this stuff here, and they have, you know, different sites sponsor different things where, again, they understand it's $1 billion industry with 1 billion eyeballs watching people have sex, and incorporating music into that, then incorporate your ears into, you know, that particular realm. However, my guy over here, he just thought like, oh man, you'll get blackballed. Oh man, it'll be the worst thing ever.
See, that's what y'all heard. But what I was saying is that there's going to be certain doors that is naturally not going to be open to you.
So is life.
But do you feel like that's something that a budding artist should do? Close doors to himself before he even gets to certain places.
Their doors are already closed.
What's like what?
And to a budding artist, like, let's just keep it 100. Don't nobody give a damn about a budding artist.
But I'm saying, like, you're in the door. You got some buzz, right?
Okay, now that's a little different story.
You have at least 500,000 people that know of you.
That's nice.
Situation like that.
So you don't do a deal with XNXX or Pornhub or Vivid Media or Vivid or with some of the other production companies because you think that's going to close the door to another company?
Me personally, no, I wouldn't do it.
That's because you don't want to see me. That's what that's about.
Me personally, I wouldn't do it because I want to keep the door open to the Disneys, the Pepsis, you know what I mean? People that be cutting them long checks.
But okay, so, and I feel you in that regard. But when you look at like the Disneys, you know, how many hip hop artists and controversial artists that actually get like any type of situations through them anyway. Like the doors that you refer to or that are closed or will be closed are already closed and been closed and still have yet to kind of been open. The only one I will, you know, add a little bit of possibility to that you used was the NFL. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The NFL for sure. I mean, but again, you're talking family-friendly situations, right? And most hip-hop artists, most rap artists aren't really making family-friendly music. The content of their music is not family-friendly. I'm talking about drugs. I'm talking about date raping women. I'm talking about hustling. I'm talking about clapping up everything. I'm talking about murdering 100 niggas in my first verse. You dig what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you know, breaking out the chopper. I'm talking about popping pills. I'm talking about smoking weed. I'm smoking weed in the videos. Mm-hmm. All of that is already closed to the industry that you're already like saying the doors will be closed to. It's already closed.
But once you put your private parts on camera,
I'm not saying they should have sex while they're rapping.
I feel like all conversation gets shut down at that.
Okay, so when BET had Uncut, all right, BET had Uncut. What type of videos were they?
I guess raw videos.
Very sexually subjective videos that glorify sex. Mm-hmm. People running around nude. You know what I mean? We talked about Suki Hana's last video. I forgot the name of it, but they were literally eating each other out right there in the video. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like Coca-Cola's not picking up the phone no time.
No, not at all. But there is a ton of other organizations who will and who have and will cut a check. But what I'm saying is, if it wasn't that, even with the content and the nature of the type of music that they're making, guess what? They're not getting it anyway. So if we're talking about wholesome rappers, you know what I mean? We're talking about family-friendly situations like Lil Nas X type stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Okay, yes, of course. A Lil Nas X, you know, prior to the whole, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Coming out situation and how that impacted, you know, the country and his social circle. But prior to that, when the world loved Lil Nas X and everybody was on the Old Town Road, it opened up a ton of doors. It was a very family-friendly, youthful record. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Until people got wind of the overtone and, you know, his sexual orientation. And then it became, oh, no, don't let my child listen to stop singing that.
Right.
Or, how dare you criticize him? This is his, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It became a polarizing situation. So if you're talking about creating, like, just feel good, happy, free music, then yes, the world opens up. For sure. You're going to get into those corporate spaces. But all I'm saying is to challenge your perspective is the doors that you're talking about being closed are already closed to the nature of the industry based off of the general content that's being created.
Yeah.
90% of rap songs are about what? Drugs, sex, and violence.
Yeah.
Which is all stuff that Walt Disney is not going to put on Cinderella. Cinderella is not going to have, you know, 2 Chainz verse on Under the Sea or something. What was the name of them damn shows? Them kid shows on Disney.
I feel you, but sometimes like it's not like
unless I'm wrong.
I look at The Weeknd, right? He's a pop artist. He's got that song "I Can't Feel My Face." He clearly talking about snorting cocaine. He won a Kid Choice Award. You see what I'm saying? To me, it's like it's not necessarily what you say, but how you say it.
Yeah. And again, that goes that now that I will 100% agree with, because when you code it, when you get into the true nature of our history, because our history is all about having hidden codes in the phonics that we use. You dig what I'm saying? So that goes back, you know, to our existence in this doggone country. However, when you look at stuff like that, like, yeah, if you code it, yes, I don't know what you're talking about. It just sounds good. The Weeknd is a heck of an artist. He sounds really, really good. And you can take that back to the 60s and 70s when a large part of the music that was coming out then was about snorting cocaine, taking heroin, and all that stuff. If you want to ride it, ride the white pony. You know what I mean? And people running around, oh yeah, get the white pony, mommy, I want the white pony. Here it is, they talking about snorting coke. You dig what I'm saying? And it wasn't as graphic. But as time evolved and as, like, you know, artists became more flagrant and just like not giving a fuck, it just became, you know what I mean? It just became that. So again, those doors are closed based off of content. But if the content is like universal, and if you're slicking up like an artist like yourself, I can see why you would take that approach, right? You know, you don't really come from the street background. You don't rap about being like, you know, hustler of the year and, you know, shooting up the block and all that stuff there. You have a very inclined penmanship, which means, you know, you can write some stuff and you can relate to a lot of people, and your real life isn't, I would say, antisocial. You dig what I'm saying? You live a very, you know, socially acceptable life, right? So with that being said, an artist like yourself, I wouldn't recommend, you know, that element for you. But then there's other artists that definitely is in the life. And I forgot who was it that actually was mentioning that?
Oh, Lay.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, boom. So, yeah, boom. Lay is definitely one of them artists who, based off of his lifestyle, based off of his experience, that would fall 100% in line.
Right.
You know what I mean? With the 40 gang shenanigans.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess too, like, during that conversation, maybe I forgot who I was talking to, and that's no, I don't mean no malice when I say that. But I guess what I'm thinking is like, because when I look at my career in particular, I can see myself having the trajectory of like a CeeLo Green.
Right.
Where you get that crazy record, and it just go literally crazy. You know what I mean? And like, everybody's opening their wallets. I would hate for there to be something that they could point their finger on and be like, oh shit, we can't fuck with dude, cause, you know what I mean?
Right.
It wouldn't look right with the, you know what I mean? You get that one record and you like, okay, all systems go. Let's run through the
Let's run the gambit.
And let's bring the crew with me. You know what I mean?
Let's run the gambit, right.
And then before you could get there, somebody dig 10 years back and be like, remember you put your dick on camera? Yeah, we can't fuck with you.
Yeah. I mean, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You know, scandals come up, and, you know, only the strong survive those. There's been a lot of people who've been able to capitalize off of putting their dick on camera or their practice on camera. You know what I mean? And in that conversation, we just talked about how Ray J and Kim Kardashian, you know what I mean? Like, that sex tape exploded her career and revitalized his to a certain degree until he decided to blow it again. But
even in personal life, like, I got tapes out there that I hope never surface.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
And you gotta think about that
Oh,
shit.
let me find out, Los. I've been sitting here right next to the doggone... Oh,
you gotta
man.
think about that shit as you
Oh, man. The Rome Major. The Rome Major home video.
It's not a ton of shit, but there's like, you think back on the shit that you made, he's like,
hey, ladies, watch your inbox.
you probably don't want that shit to hit the fucking internets, you know what I mean? Whatever it is that you're doing out there. I mean, some people be super elated, I guess, proud of their work, but
I mean, but like I was saying though, again, like there was a time where that element was definitely taboo, right? That element was definitely on some, we keep this between us, we can never let this out, this is what it is. Man, but if you look on like Pornhub and you look on the different sites, like a lot of it is...
I feel you, but...
you know what I'm saying? Then you look at the creation of like OnlyFans, where people literally are charging people to watch their videos. Now, not everything on OnlyFans is sexual based, but a lot of it is. And a lot of it is based off of, oh shoot, I was doing this for myself. I was taking these pictures in the mirror, right? And then I got the courage to post it on Instagram, and I noticed a picture of me with the powerful message saying I'm a strong, black woman, got 5 likes. But as soon as I put I'm a strong black woman with my nipples out, got 500 likes.
But this is the thing. So let's put a pin in OnlyFans in particular, right? So you got OnlyFans who basically rose their stock off the backs, no pun intended, of these shorties that's doing, I mean?
Yeah, it's not just females, it's males too, but off the sex.
Right, so they made however many billions of dollars. But now, just recently, they decided that they're going to stop that content on their sites, specifically because there's places that they want to take their site to. Like, they want to get into different markets, and they know, and their thinking is, with this explicit content on there, we can't go certain places. Right. And they pioneered the industry.
Hold on one second. Let me take this call. Hello? I'm well. How are you? Yes. Yes, absolutely. I'll text you the address and just buzz in when you get here. All right. Bye-bye.
Always handling
that's one of the reasons why I always have difficulties with, trying to get things done.
Too many things to do.
Yeah, but it's all good. Oh, well, got it. But so OnlyFans is moving away from...
They're moving away from the explicit content because they're trying to get into different markets. They see the TikTok buzz and they see the, you know what I mean? Like, they see where this stuff can go and they're thinking to themselves, so now they're literally ditching all of the people who made their site hot. And they're basically cutting off their access to income just so that they can go into another frontier.
Do you think they'll be successful in making that transition with the brand?
I mean, I can only imagine that they understand the risk and decided and what they say, contemplated the ifs. You know what I mean? And like now they're moving forward and they're leaving. Like I said, explicit content made them. You wouldn't even be saying OnlyFans if it wasn't for these girls busting their wide on their page. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they decided we're moving away from that because there's another frontier. You know what I mean? So I just think about that. You know what
I mean,
like,
it definitely is. There definitely is a polarizing aspect to the sex industry. I'm not debating that. I'm not saying that's not up for debate. All right. What I'm saying is that you can sustain a very lucrative music career in the sense of which LA was explaining it in that capacity if you're willing to do it without necessarily closing too many doors. Like, you'll still be able to open up certain doors that cater to that industry, because it's still a $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
And it's not just a $1 billion industry off of free, whatchamacallit, people are paying for it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. People are paying for the content. Mm-hmm. People are paying people on OnlyFans to see a 30-second video of them taking a shower. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? Or watching some dude with muscles take his shirt off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're paying for it. So the thing is, like, if that's a lane that you can capitalize off of, and you don't mind being subjected to what comes with that industry, mm-hmm. I don't think
it's... the only thing that I think about that I would be subjected to is being marginalized. That mm-hmm. would be, I don't want to be marginalized to whatever the standard is if I can help it. You know what I mean? Now, I'm already African American making hip hop music, so right there, like you said,
it's already marginalized.
Yeah,
it's already, and
go further.
And the reality of like aspiring artists, and this is like one of the things that I definitely want to get into on a future episode or a future, situation, is like the lack of support indie artists get from, their peers in the community and the people who are already listening to the music. I'm already a fan of hip hop. I'm already a fan of trap music. I'm already a fan of drill music, but I'm not a fan of you, so I can't listen to your music. Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we have a tendency to polarize our culture based off of the ignorance that we approach our I don't know what it is. I just know it's a lot of ignorance. It's just a lot of like these mindsets that we allow ourselves to adopt, right? Mm-hmm. So because I don't know who you are, I can't listen to your music.
You need somebody to tell you that it's okay.
Yeah. You need validation. I need somebody else to co-sign for you. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this is like one of the only industries, in or genres, I would say, in music, where like that's what it is. That's the business.
But if you think, the reason why I'm not mad at it, or maybe I'm just not shocked by it, is because hip hop came from the streets. And when you think street culture, what you need to do street business, sometimes you need that cosign.
Yeah, you need the cosign. You need the validation, or whatever the case may be. However, like, the support grew from people supporting it. You know what I mean? Like, it grew into what it is from people. To be perfectly honest with you, let me just keep it 100. It wasn't until the white kids got into hip hop that it became like a global sensation, or other countries. You know what I mean? Became and that was because they are a fan of the music as a whole. You got to remember, in country music, like, the majority of country music fans like country music. They don't necessarily like Faith Evans and Garth Brooks because Faith Evans is Faith Evans, but because I listen to Faith, not Faith Evans, Faith Hill, or whatever that Faith is, but I can't listen to her, or I can listen to her, but I can't listen to Garth. Like, they don't polarize themselves. It's like, I'm going to listen to country music, and as long as the artist is good and they're making good music, I'm going to go out and buy it. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to support it. You know what I'm saying? However, we're going to look like, I rock with folk. Oh, you rock with Folkland Los. I don't rock with him. So we ain't going to support that because he ain't us.
I think, too, in hip hop, and I don't know about other genres, I can't really speak for it, but I know about, for sure, in hip hop, who you listen to or who you would consider your quote unquote favorite says a lot about you. Like, I ain't gonna diss my bro. I love him, but I remember when we was young, he told me Crunchy Black was his favorite rapper, and I looked at my brother totally different from that point on. I'm like, what?
But why? Why?
It's like,
if he found appreciation in the stuff that Crunchy was making, and he wanted to get Crunchy with him, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it just said a lot about my brother. Like, it just let me know right there. Like, it kind of made me feel like, damn, is my brother an intelligent person? Like,
see the polarization mindset we have. See, it's just crazy. It's a prime example right here, people. Yeah. But it's like, okay, so for me, I would challenge that in a sense of saying, like, why is that a thing? Why is that something that would make you look like question his intellect level?
Because you look at the lyrics and the content of Crunchy Black, and you think to yourself, this ain't a person that's...
I've never heard Crunchy Black. I ain't know Crunchy Black was a member of 3 6 Mafia until he came to Pittsburgh on a showcase like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, Country might be keeping it real.
Was it 3 6 Mafia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he be saying some real street shit, I guess, but there's not a lot of. Doesn't
I
seem
just
like
was
there's a lot of thought put
a
into
fan of
it.
DJ Paul with the one swing. Check out the verses. Bone versus 3 6 Mafia, and you'll see the DJ Paul one swing. Go ahead.
That nigga mad as hell let you on the show. But yeah, man,
That was real.
But I mean, like, or like, okay, like what my nigga Jigga say. People argue all day about
who's the best MCs, right?
Jay-Z and all. I'm pretty sure in those conversations, them was all impeccable MCs. But in those conversations, people was judging people's taste, their whole character.
Oh, again,
I mean? Like,
yeah, it speaks to our ignorance, right? Because in our world, we can't like all three.
Right.
We can't say, oh man, yeah, he's 1, 2, and 3. No, we have to choose, and we have to. Oh, okay. So if you're rocking with him, clearly you can't rock with him. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that we do, but that makes okay. So me being an executive and being responsible for, and this is a role that I chose to take on, because I easily could have been working with sound artists and record labels and all of that stuff there. But I choose to stay with this population. I choose to stay with those who are overlooked, those who are not given the opportunities based off of not having the social status or having the accreditation that most people would want for or want in place before you start rocking with somebody. Because I feel like they're the ones who need the support. They have the same level of talent. They have the same abilities, you know what I mean? And the same passion. Yeah. Why not help them grow? So I chose to help that population and structure a business around that population. However, it definitely makes it a lot more challenging. You know what I mean? I've always told you that if I decided to abandon that element, shit, we would all be like super filthy rich. Right. You know what I mean? But then at that point, it's like, how much of y'all do I actually need if I go start working for Def Jam, if I go start working for Universal or whatever the case may be? I'm then going to be their puppet and focused on running around with them, and that's going to bring all the validation. Oh, he's with this person. Oh, he's with that person. Oh, he's with that person. That's why I'm still with these people. I just don't post pictures with them, and because I'm not doing business with them, I'm posting pictures of the cats I'm doing business with, who are with alongside these same individuals, showing that we're in the same field, same arena. But we still need the audience, so it makes it challenging. But I'm up for the challenge. That's why my whole life has been challenging. Ain't nothing been easy. You know what I mean? I probably might have had 7 easy days in 40 plus years. You dig what I'm saying?
But I mean, I don't know, like it's I'm not mad at the validation. I really feel like, as a lyricist too, I think that's the reason why I'm not mad at it, because there has to be a line. There has to be something that separates the boys from the men. You know what I mean?
I do agree to that. I do agree to that. You got to put in your work.
Like, I look at my career in general. I know that music is not the issue. You know what I mean? And so now there's a barometer. I know that I got to get numbers. You know what I mean? And it just behooves me not to be mad at that. You know what I mean? Like, just can't be mad at that. Like, I got to get my weight up. And once I get it up there, then the price is going to be different. You know what I mean?
Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. Yeah. And what's crazy is, like, again, that's when people have a problem with trying to or with support, right? So it's like right now it's not really costing you nothing to support. But once I get to that place that I want to be, then you got to come out your pocket. You have to pay to get my autograph. You have to pay to get in a picture with me. You know what I mean? Everything becomes, but again, they're going to do it because now they see you on a different social level, and they feel like you're bringing something to them that makes it worth that, $50, $100, $200. You know what I mean, just to get a picture. But
I mean, I feel like there may be too many gatekeepers. I think there's too many people that's in the way that shouldn't have a voice in hip hop, to me. But I'm not mad at there being a gate. You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at there being a gate. Yeah. I guess for me, I'm mad at the people who understand that y'all have like 100% passion and desire to do this, and y'all sacrifice y'all time, y'all money, y'all energy, y'all resources to be able to do it, and they're not even a gatekeeper. They're just somebody that's in place to finesse you. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people who bother me the most in this business, and or the overcritical individuals who find it necessary to criticize everything, but don't have nothing substantial within themselves or be able to offer anything, but yet try to acclaim themselves to be an authority. What is it? Authoritarian? Help me out.
You said your authority.
Yeah, an authority in this space, or somebody of status in this space, and really you can't do nothing more. You're in the way yourself. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know what the hell you talking about, yet you talking about it. You sit here giving a lot of misinformation. So it's like those individuals that are involved in the process. You know what I mean? You come across them, and it doesn't just exist here. It's like every goddamn where. Somebody knew I was cool with Joe Blow, who was on 6 years ago, and he was only on for a couple weeks, but I was there.
Right.
So now I'm somebody.
Right. Yeah,
and if you pay me, X amount of dollars, I can do this, and this.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you're like, oh shoot, I see the opportunity. I see him in the picture with you. Boom, 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 and now you done ran off. That's the hurtful part.
I think we just got to figure out, because the validation piece to me is never going anywhere. So I just feel like we just got to figure out how to use that to our advantage.
What did I need validation?
No, I'm just saying, like, the fact that every artist that you work with is going to need it.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, that's just a danger until we change our mindset, which is going to be very, 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 very difficult to do. That it's going to be a part of the process. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at music and you look at the parallel to sports, right? The music industry is a fraternity. You know what I mean? It's a fraternity and a sorority of those who put in the work to be able to get to that element. So when you talk about like coming into high school, let's just go high school, right? So when you come into high school as a freshman, you're on the junior varsity team. You have to show your worth to be able to make varsity. Right. If you're really a stud in JV, you can get bumped up to varsity, right? But you can't earn a letterman, you can't earn a jacket, you can't earn your letter until you meet a certain amount of standards, right? So I get it. That's like, and music is pretty much the same way. You're not going to enter the gates of the fraternity. You're not going to get accepted or get the cosigns from those individuals until they see a certain amount of work that you've put in, because they know what they've done to get to that part, right? They know what they had to do to cross that gate and all the bullshit they had to, endure. There's plenty of videos and it's just information out there about how cats slept on floors. You know what I mean? Slept in the studio for days, just working on records. You know what I mean? Borrow money off of this person to take care of this. You know what I mean? That didn't have it, but they played their part. They did the work. They did what they needed to do, and put themselves in position to have a very fruitful life.
So you mean I can't just put my mixtape on what's it called? What's the shit that we doing the digital servicing nowadays? The one that everybody uses.
Well, like Audio Mac or DatPiff or something?
You mean I can't just put my shit on there like on Tuesday and sell like 1 million on Wednesday?
Possible if 1 million people know you did it and 1 million people waiting for it. Yeah, it can happen.
You mean there's not 1 million people waiting for it the day I decided to be a rapper?
No. Not 1 million people in your head. You know what I mean? 1 million synapses you make during the course of the day.
But I'm hot though.
Everybody hot.
No, but like, you don't understand, because like when I used to rap for my homies, they used to be like, because like all of them used to rap too, and they'd be like, yo, of all of us, you're
the one who go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Real. And my mom said because when I was born, she said there was a twinkle in your eye. I knew you was gonna be a rapper. So yeah, I think I would be different.
I believe you. I'm so true to this shit that I'm gonna take you at your word. And I'm going to put you on a flyer, and I'm going to get you a show, and I'm going to have you headline, and I want to see how many of these folks show up for you. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm going to release your next single. I'm going to release your next single, and we're going to go on the analytics. I'm going to put it up, right? I'm going to get the data right here. I'm going to have the data right here. And I'm going to see how many people then clicked on your last single, right? I'm going to see the real numbers. I'm going to see the real numbers. And if you who you say you are, you know what I mean? Let's go. Right, cool. But if not, we got work to do. Because see, here's the thing. I don't believe that people should be marginalized based off of where they are if they're willing to put in the work to elevate and grow. You dig what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of the gatekeepers see, like, you're not here. You're here. You're not here. I need you to be here. So I ain't, you know what I mean? I'm only focusing on here. Whereas I'm like, okay, you need to be here. You're here. You need to be here. Here are the things that we could do if you're committed to this process to get you here. Right. That's the difference between me and them. You dig what I'm saying? We got just people out there who feel like, you know what I mean, if you're a trash rapper and you got a budget, then there ain't no reason to working with them. I totally disagree. If a trash rapper got a budget, then you put the people around them if they have the passion to be able to help make them better. Right, they're willing to put in the work for it. Everything gets better with time. They say practice makes perfect, right? More time you in the studio, the better you're going to get it recording. We seen the evolution of Jimmy Wapple right in front of our face. You dig what I'm saying? Like that dude, by the time he passed, he was a legit 100% record making artist. He went from rapping to making records. That double face emoji, I forgot the name of it, but that joint, crazy. He was in his bag on that record. You dig what I'm saying? Went from being a rapper to making records. And that's what ultimately the music business is about. It's about getting to the level where you're actually making records. It's not about your rap skills and all that stuff. It's about putting it all together. Yeah, you gotta get ready to go. We signing out. He late. I'm sorry. Next week, make sure y'all tap in. We're going to be back on live. We're going to post this up. I don't know where we're going to post it up at. But share the live. Let everybody know the Situation Room. We getting into the shits right here every Wednesday.